Okay, so why don't we just go through? We'll do a short version of this. That is, instead of doing 36, excuse me, of each of these, let's do like 12. All right. And what I want you to do is just pay a little attention to these and see what your feeling is about is is the exercise we're doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever they are. Is it good for this series? Or maybe should it be moved into the Huanyan Qigong on Sunday morning, or should it be in Silk Reeling? So we just sort of get a feel for it, and we'll talk about it as we go along, right? Okay. Yang Qi clears tension. Okay, so Yang Qi clears tension. Um, this is a move that we already do on the Sunday morning Kunyan Qigong, and I think it's very appropriate there. That Sunday morning Qigong is kind of a medicinal Qigong. It's about sort of working your system to clear things up and invigorate it. Um, but I think it's a really good one to begin this series with because it does clear out the tension and it's a good liminal exercise between kind of the outside world and this very internal Qigong. So my vote would be to keep it, but do you guys have any thoughts on it, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's perfect for Sunday as a starting exercise.
Yeah, but what about for the FANG Gong
You mean in our sessions here?
in our sessions here?
Um, I think it's a sort of a good baseline exercise regardless.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
so too. Catherine, any thoughts? Yeah, same thing.
I really like this exercise. So it puts me no, but it puts me in the right mood. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to do exactly that. It gets you into the right space. All right, the next move. So that's a keeper. The next move, yin and yang harmony. I don't even need to ask you guys. This one is definitely right. Okay, so for me, that exercise is really definitive of Fang Gong. I think some of the other moves that are in the series that we've done so far are actually maybe better put into some other places. And and this particular move, Yin and Yang Harmony, really defines for me what this is about. It's about um, letting go of tension and really truly relaxing. I've done this long enough, now 30 years now. When I start doing these exercises, man, I just go to this other place, right? I really just sort of calm down. Oh. And to me, that's what Fangs and Gong should be. Sometimes some of these exercises and some people who practice it much more like a loosening up exercise. And there's nothing wrong with the loosening up exercise. I think it's a great idea. It's just not Fang Gong, at least not to me. Um, but it is to some people. So I want to create, a 12 movement routine that really focuses on this definition of Fang Gong. It's just really about relaxing. And that's the perfect marker for it. Okay, bear presses palms. Okay. So I think for me, bear presses palms fits into here just fine. In fact, this whole series, Yin and Yang Harmony, bear presses palms, and the next one, Emperor's cartwheels, are all really closely related. So I think all three of these would fit in there. So Emperor's cartwheels. And reverse. Okay. The next move, pick stars to a moon. Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, so I'm thinking there were like three things that occurred to me of
Uh-huh.
like kind of unifying characteristics of the ones I think belong in Fang Gong. One
Yeah.
is sort of that feeling of the chi kind of dripping
Yes.
and flowing through your fingertips. The other is that like air resistance, where you
Yes.
really you really feel the kind of you're going through something, it's not empty space. And then that like that bilateral symmetry where you're balancing both sides. And the exercises that meet, for me at least, the exercises that meet that seem like they're in the Fang Song Gong category. Whereas like picking stars for the moon, I don't get the same feeling from that. Or the lotus leaves, it's a different feel.
Different feeling, exactly. I would add to, I think that's a good list. I would add to it that the exercise allows you to stay internal. It's not about the outside world. Tai Chi is about the outside world. There are versions of Qigong, as you guys know, that are about your relationship with the outside world. But this one is very internal. So the problem because I was just thinking about it, and obviously you were too. The problem with picking stars to the moon is it takes you out into the outer world. Now, if it was just a movement, that's one thing. But when you have to reach out and grab something and pull it back, that's much more like Tai Chi. That's about interacting with the outer world. It's not that I don't like the move. There's nothing wrong with the move. It's just the question is, does it fit in with what we want to do? Pick stars to the moon, right? I like I like it, but I'm not sure that it really fits in here. It's very similar to white snake sticks out its tongue. White snake sticks out its tongue is like this. And in fact, it has another, it's not just, that's the center set. There's also sets to the side. Well, that's so close to pick stars to the moon. That I wonder if we ought to, at the very least, combine the two of them and just say we're going to do some version of it. Anyway, that's my feeling. But let's go ahead and do pick stars to the moon. And relax. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to put a question mark by that one. I actually like that move a lot, but I think maybe the comment, we'll just put a question mark there and see what we think. All right, insert palm. One thing you can say positive about pick stars to the moon, it's a traditional move. It's traditionally been in the FANG GONG series for a long time, forever, as far as I can tell, right? So there's something to be said for that. Right? Insert palms into sleeves. Okay, well, to me, that one's definitely a winner. I think that one should stay in what we're doing. Catherine, what do you think? Yes or no?
I really, I like it, but at the same time, it's exhausting me. My arms feel so heavy after like 2 or 3. I don't know. I think it's something I don't do right, actually. But otherwise, I really like the state of mind it's putting me in. It's very beautiful, actually.
It's
To
a
me.
beautiful move. I get the same thing, Catherine. So it's not just you. Absolutely, your arms get very heavy because you're relaxing. One thing that helps, two things that help. One, pay attention to your breathing.
Mm.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And just let yourself relax into the breathing. The other thing that helps me, I don't know if it would help you, but you could try it, is when you don't do it flat, right? Don't just do it like this. You actually turn. You turn. So you could think of that as you coiling up and then uncoiling. So it's not just your arms, it's your whole trunk, it's your whole body doing it. Yeah, Jack.
One of the things I like, this exercise is a little more external, but what I think it's a keeper too. What I really like about it, lately I've been focusing more on my feet, the connection to the earth, bubbling well, and ground resistance.
Yes.
And this, and even when you're, especially when you're turning, I really like that. You really pay attention to weight shift, and you can kind of feel that flow moving from one side to the next.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent point, and that may be why the turn I'm suggesting actually works to relieve a little bit of the pressure on your arms as you're engaging the whole rest of the body. Yeah, okay. So that one's a keeper. Okay, white ape presents fruit. Okay. All right. So I love that exercise. I think it's a really powerful exercise, but to me, it just doesn't fit in here. It gets everything moving. It's much more in the medicinal line. I think it's actually a very powerful exercise, especially for this part of the body. So I think we should move it from here into the medicinal Qigong that we do on Sunday mornings. I think it'd be a good one to add in there. Jack, I see you nodding your head.
Yeah, I agree. It could even be in the dynamic Qigong class. It's got a lot of movement.
It's got a lot of oomph, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great move, but I just don't think it fits in here very well. So let's move that one, right? Okay, number 8, pouring gold. Okay, so I love pouring gold. I think that one's definitely a keeper. My only comment on it is it actually seems to me to be very closely related to Sky Lady scatters flowers, right? It's almost like a Sky Lady is doing left and right, and pouring gold is doing the center. So at the very least, I think we ought to put these two next to each other in the series. So maybe start with the center one and then do the left and right one, something like that. Right? I suppose they could even be combined, but we'll see. All right. All right. The last one for today. Wind blows lotus leaves. All right. It's not a bad exercise. It's a version of what we do when we do the windmill. Well, when we do the windmill, you take a little bit of a horse stance, and it's pretty intense. Right? Boom, boom, boom. This one is much lighter. All right. First of all, you should be dancing on your feet. All right. So you should be going back and forth, and then it's just very gentle. Now, it's not my favorite exercise in the series, but the advantage to it is it wakes your chi up a little bit. These exercises are really about calming everything down. Well, you can get so calm that you just fall asleep. So it might be that having something like in here just helps bring the chi back up a little bit.
Maybe that should be a break exercise in the middle of the 12 or something.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. It's like a break exercise. Catherine, any thoughts on it?
I find this one a little too energetic for the series, but
Yeah, yeah.
it really wakes me up. It's not like the others where I'm
It's
really
not calming you down,
inside.
it's waking you up. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, if we cross that one out, then we, of the 9 that we did this morning, we've dropped 2 there, and there's a question mark by 1. All right, so tomorrow we'll go through moves 10 through 18. And there are several that to me just don't fit in here at all. So I don't think we'll have any trouble getting down to 12, which is kind of a nice number for a routine, right? So any last thoughts?
I can't be here tomorrow, sorry, but I'll catch up.
Okay, well we'll see you when we see you then. Right?
Yep.
Okay, guys, you have yourselves a good day. We'll see you
Thank you.
next time.